All right, my name is Ricardo Cordew, and I am the business consultant here at NewTown Loans. And today we're going to hear from my colleague Macheita Adams, as she covers our QuickBooks training. Just real quick, as a business consultant here at NewTown, I just want to let you know that my goal is to help people who are in careers who want to become entrepreneurs, help them become that entrepreneur. People who are entrepreneurs, help them become small business owners. So just this first step when it comes to accounting is very important. And so I'm going to turn over to my colleague, Macheita Adams, so she can help you get to the next level in your business.
Well, good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much again for joining in this small biz bookkeeping training on this morning. And just Ricardo just said that this is one of the most important steps that you can have and choose when it comes to having a successful business. So thank you so much for coming. I hope that you took the time to drop in the chat, just as you said, the name of your business and any services that you provide. You never know who may pop in at any time of this webinar, and so they would like to get to know you as well, or what service or product you sell. So, and also as a courtesy, if you can, only if you can, it's not mandatory, but as a courtesy, if you can, just show yourself on the screen. Again, that's only if you can. So I just shared my screen with you again. I am Macheita Adams. I'm the portfolio manager and the accounting consultant here at NewTown Loans. And I take what I do very serious, very passionate about community, very passionate about you, your small business, and even the choice of financial decisions and choices you make concerning your business. So just a few reminders before we get started. Please make sure that your phone is always muted. You can use the chat feature to ask questions, or you can share your thoughts. Use the reactions feature to provide feedback throughout the presentations. At the bottom of your Zoom, there are very cool little emoji type things that you can actually show features of raise your hand, clap, give me a little heart, whatever you decide to do throughout this presentation. And at the very end of the presentation, there is going to be a survey that we would like for you to take. You can take the survey there, or you can actually send something to my email, which is Macheita@newtownmaking.com. And should you always forget that, feel free to always go to the NewTown Making website. What is NewTown Making? We are a nonprofit with the mission to attract, leverage, and invest in self-sustaining transformation. Our vision is a vibrant and authentic city experience, unparalleled in the South. And we focus on growing jobs, increasing residents, creating a sense of place, developing the multi-heritage trail, as well as advocating for progress. What is NewTown Loans? We are Central Georgia's first and only community development financial institution, better known as the CDFI. If you ever see that's what we are, and that's part of what we do. And I apologize, I jumped a little bit ahead, but we are supported by a parent company that I just spoke of, NewTown Making, and we work to fulfill NewTown's vision and mission by equipping our citizens with education and financing to make successful investment in business and real estate. And to fulfill this mission, we offer commercial and real estate loans, microloans, lines of credit, one-on-one coaching, which is what you're receiving now, group training programs, digital resource library, and shared workspace. So please check us out. Go to our website and check us out. And today's objectives, you're going to learn in this very short time. We're going to define what bookkeeping is. We're going to define what accounting is. We're going to identify if QuickBooks Online is right for you, the benefits of using QuickBooks Online, how to set up your account, and briefly discuss financial reporting. Now, I am not an advocate for QuickBooks. I am not a salesman for QuickBooks. QuickBooks is just one of the easiest forms of financial application that's out there that you can use. Now, my disclaimer is NewTown Loans and their respective officers, directors, members, employees, agents cannot offer accounting or legal advice. So the advice and the coaching that I give you, whether it's today or anytime in the future, Please do not replace it with the information that your knowledge that you receive from your CPA or your attorney. Please contact your own CPA or your own attorney to determine if the things that I have given you today is correct. And no advice given by me should be viewed as accounting or legal advice. All right, to define bookkeeping. Bookkeeping is the systematic report of the monetary value of business transaction in books of accounts, also known as chart of accounts. And we're going to get a little bit more into chart of accounts as we begin to continue to talk. Accounting is the process of identifying, measuring, and communicating financial information about economic events. What you're going to learn today as we go in and we apply knowledge and learning in this webinar is this is our ultimate goal, is to produce what's called financial statements. And the first one that we'll be talking about is going to be the profit and loss statement. And this is kind of an idea of what the profit and loss statement looks like. And the next one we'll be producing is what's called the balance sheet. And this is also what the balance sheet looks like. So I hope you have your pen and your paper ready while we're talking. All right, so small business accounting software. Again, the one that we'll be talking about today is going to be QuickBooks Online. There's also a QuickBooks Desktop, but there's also FreshBooks, Sage, Wave, and other software applications that are out there that you can check out before making your final decision about QuickBooks Online. QuickBooks Online is one of the most popular softwares used by small businesses to manage the financial health of their business. And I am QuickBooks for Advisors, so that's the reason why you see that symbol, because I am certified in teaching and training of QuickBooks. All right, QuickBooks Online offers 5 different I don't want to use the word application, but they have 5 different packages that you can choose from. They have self-employed, simple, smart, essentials, plus, and advanced. Now, this also changes. Every now and then, they may drop one of these packages right here, and you can sign up for a 30-day free application, 30-day free trial. So it always changes. So this is just the idea of what you'll be looking at when you go to QuickBooks.com to decide whether or not you want to actually purchase. And it gives a brief description of what the package that you choose actually offers. If you're coming in, if you're just now coming in, if you would just drop the name of your business in the chat, as well as what kind of product or whatever kind of service that you offer, just in case someone on this line needs to know, you may be the person or the business that they're looking for, and they have your information in the chat. You drop your website, your social media, email, whatever it is, however someone can get in contact with you. Again, these prices are not 100% accurate. You have to go to the website and see yourself, but it's very simple once you can read down. Please make sure that your phones are muted. You can just read down and you'll see exactly what package that you'll be choosing from and how much it costs. And these are monthly costs. And I want to say some of them may offer a yearly option. I'm not sure. I know the desktop is actually yearly. So take a real good look if you need to track your expenses, track your mileage, then the Simple Smart may be best for you. But you're not doing payroll, so you may not need the payroll. Please make sure that your phones are muted. Okay. How can QuickBooks Online help your business? QuickBooks Online Accounting gives bookkeepers and accountants one place to manage all their work and clients with one user ID. Effortlessly manage your work so you don't miss a deadline. You can easily manage and communicate with your clients in QuickBooks. Get your work done seamlessly across all services. You can grow your firm. You can attract new clients. You can stay educated with QuickBooks because they send out information every day. You can secure access to online accountant pro advisor programs. QuickBooks, they are really, really great about walking you through, helping you out if there's anything that you need to do, and I'll show you exactly how you can contact them as well. If I forget, just remind me, Macheita, how can I reach QuickBooks? All right, so let's do it. Let's dive in. Hope you're ready. You have your pen and your paper, and you're ready to go. And the company that we're going to be talking about today is Craig's Landscaping. This is just a sample company that I will walk you through to give you some ideas. This is not an in-depth QuickBooks training because it'd be too much to talk about in the hour, and probably too much for your brain to handle. So when I say that, I mean numbers and learning and having to figure things out. And at the end of this recording, if you need for us to send you this webinar, a link to this webinar, then we will be happy to do that as well. So I want you to take a good look at this screen. This is your dashboard. You always have your dashboard. But what I want you to focus your attention to right now is this. If you see where I'm pointing right here, this is the gear icon. And Ricardo, if anyone have any questions and I may miss that question, you can just, in that chat, you can just let me know that there's a question. But we are asking if you would just hold your questions at the end if possible, and then we will answer them accordingly. But this gear icon, it is the driving force of your QuickBooks software, your QuickBooks application, your setup process. This is the gear icon. It's just like getting in your car, and you can sit in a car, but you're not going anywhere until you tell it what to do. So when you click on this gear icon, we're going to focus right here on your company, this side of your company. But you can always go back and read any of this and look at any of this once you actually sign up for QuickBooks Online. But the first thing we're going to do is to set up the company. We're going to go to Account and Settings. So if you purchase a QuickBooks software, that's exactly where it's going to take you to once. The moment that you choose whatever package you want, it's going to send you to this page. And I already have this set up, but I can change anything that I want to. I'm going to take you guys and shift you down just a little bit so that I can see. So the name of the company is Craig's Landscaping Company. But I want you to imagine that this is your company name right here. And if you want to make any changes to anything that you apply, then you click this little pencil icon. And if we want to change it from Craig's Landscaping, we can put it Craig's Testing Center. All right? We can do that. And if the legal name is the same as the company name, you can check it off. And you can use your EIN number or your Social Security number. This is what's going to show up when you decide that it's time for you to do your taxes, however you're going to file your taxes, or however you want your company to show up in QuickBooks Online. This is what you're going to see. All right, we're not going to change this, so I'm going to cancel it. I like the name Craig Design and Landscaping Company, but if I would have changed it, I would have automatically had to press the save button. Anything that you do in here, press the save button. Otherwise, you're going to lose that information. Company type, which is your industry. What are you? You can choose. I'm a sole proprietor. I'm a LLC. I'm a small business corporation. I'm limited liability. So you choose whatever tax bracket or form that you are. This should be the same thing that you chose or delegated at the Secretary of State as well as the IRS when you received your EIN number. Industry type, you can just type that in. Whether it's a trucking company or landscaping company. And make sure that you always press the save button because you can't wait to the end to press done. You have to save every single one of the icons, everything that you type in. For your company email, you put your company email right here. Okay, wherever you want the correspondence to come from, this is what's going to show up on a person's email address, person's email box, company phone, and the company's website. So we can put it right here. Whatever the company's website is. You can put that information there. And I'm not going to save it because I don't want to make any changes to this Apple company. Your address, same as the company address. The legal address, same as the company address. You go through, you read everything, and you fill it out exactly the way that you want to see it. And then once you're done with everything, you click done. Then you can go back in. Or we didn't have to click done there. We go back to usage. I don't know why this little thing here just popped up. We're going into usage. Usage also shows us how many users we have available in our plan, and that comes from whatever plan, whatever package that you chose from the beginning. So you're going to see that right here in your usage. And also chart of accounts, which we'll talk a little bit more about in depth in just a little while. But at any time you decided that you chose the wrong package and you would like to upgrade, it's going to be in your usage. So you can go right here and click upgrade now, and it's going to take you to the next package, the one that you can go up to next. So that's your usage. And remember this name, chart of accounts, for when we get to it. Then let's talk about sales. You can customize the look of your invoice, how you want it to go out to your client. If you decide that you are going to, your invoices that you're going to give your clients 30 days to pay, you choose right here. Your terms are going to be 30 days, 15 days, 10 days, due upon receipt, 60 days. Sometimes it depends on your service line or whatever it is, your product. So if you want them to pay right away, then I would put due upon receipt. If you're giving them 10 days to pay and you're going to send them an invoice, then choose 10 days. But that's where you actually choose that. Delivery method of the invoices, you want to print them or you want to send them later. So you go through and you read all of this. If you want to offer discounts, deposits, if you say that, for example, if you are a hairstylist or a makeup artist and someone books an appointment with you, for the most part, they're asking for a deposit because they don't want to cover, they don't want to give up that spot when they can be making money if somebody else decides that they don't want to come. So your products and services, if you want to charge late fees, yes or no. In my case, I have off. Invoice processing, messaging. Your messages, this is what your clients are going to see when you send out an email. Your invoice is attached. Please remit payment as your earliest convenience. Thank you for your business. We appreciate it very much. But you can make this say whatever it is that you want it to say. And you can copy someone, whoever you want to copy. For example, if you have accounts payable person that's sending it, and then you have an accounts receivable person that actually will be doing the collecting, so they both will see the invoice. So, but you just continue on to read all of that. This is in the setup process, and you can decide what you want to do. I'm not saving any of it, so it doesn't matter. And the same for your bills. If you're having purchase orders for your company, you can turn the purchase order on, or you can turn the purchase order off. All right. Time tracking, if you want that on, there are plans for time tracking as well. In advance, you just go through and you read what it says. For your accounting, some people calendar year, it's January to December. Some people calendar year is from July to June. So you choose whatever your accounting calendar year is and the accounting method that you're going to use, whether it's accrual basis or cash basis. So that is what all of this pretty much is about. So when you go into the gear icon, this is all in your setup. Formatting of how you want your invoice to look, the date. So this is what you do. This is how you set it up. And after you set it up, you're ready to go. You can click the done button and we're out of here. Okay? So that is the setup of the company. So we're about to get down to the nitty-gritty. What most of you probably want to know is how I can bill my company. So I don't want to get ahead of myself. Let me make sure. I want to go to the chart of accounts before we move to how you can bill your company. The chart of accounts, it is basically a short index of your financial account. It's a peek under the hood of your car. It allows you to break down all the transactions that your business made during a specific period into different categories by separating your revenues, your liabilities, your assets, and your expenses. And it's very important. It's the picture of the financial health of your business, the financial health of your car. Because it can look very, very nice on the inside, but when you lift up the hood, the engine is ugly. So this is the order. This is what keeps the engine clean. So chart of accounts. I have a checking account. I have a savings account. I have inventory, asset, prepaid expenses, loans payable, note payable. I have pest control service, cost of goods sold, advertising. This is all of the chart of accounts that's in the company. But when we go back to the profit and loss statement, or the balance sheet, the financial statement, you will see why it's so important to have these chart of accounts and everything named, because when you pay a bill or when you invoice, you're telling it what to do, and it's going to drop right into this amount right here, right into this chart of accounts. Fuel, bank charge, commission, whatever it is, whatever you want to see, equipment rental, whatever you want to see about your company, about your business, taxes and license, travel, meals, it's going to be right here in the chart of accounts. This is what is under the hood of your business. This is what the people don't see, but this is what you see. Your customers, your clients don't see, but you see. All right, we're doing good on time. So this is your chart of accounts. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to bill a client. And in order to bill that client, this is the other part of your car. After you put it in gear, this is what's under the hood, the chart of accounts. This is how you drive. Right here, you're going to see the new button. So let's go to new. And then we're going to create a new invoice for our customer. So we click invoice. All right. So we are going to bill Amy's Bird Sanctuary. And Amy's Bird Sanctuary email automatically pops up because I generated it in the system already, her address. And I gave Amy's Bird Sanctuary, she has 30 days to pay me from this invoice. But it starts on the 24th, so she has to the 23rd to pay me. Okay? But if I decide that this is a special price that I'm giving to Amy, so I don't want Amy to pay me in 30 days because I have to pay my vendor in 30 days for this one because it was a special order. So I need Amy to pay me in 10 days because I don't want to be upside down with my bills. I want to make sure that I pay my client within 30 days. So I'm going to give Amy 10 days to pay me. Okay, so we change that. And once you make that change, the due date is going to change right here. And I already have my product and service in there. And if it's not in here, then you can always add new. And we're going to go back to that. So I'm going to charge Amy for concrete. All right. And the description automatically populates. And I'm going to charge her for 10 buckets or bags of concrete. I'm going to charge her 10 of them. And the rate I'm going to charge her is $25 per bag. I have no idea what concrete actually costs, but I'm going to charge Amy $10. I'm sorry, $25. So the invoice is automatically populated. And because this is a product, I need to charge tax on it. And so California tax is 8%. So it automatically generates. Okay. Well, now I have something else that I need to charge Amy for: concrete, gardening, design, hours, lighting. None of that I'm not charging her for any of that. So I'm gonna add a new service. So I'm gonna click service, and the name of this service is tea. I'm charging her for tea, and I'm selling it to her, and I'm gonna charge her $2.50. And I'm done. Here it automatically showed me that I'm charging Amy for tea, and that tea is $2.50, but she bought 50 bags from me. And I made the change. So I'm charging Amy's Bird Sanctuary, $405. And I can save this invoice and I can send it directly to Amy because I have her email address, but because this is not real, I'm not gonna do that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click the drop down button and I'm gonna save it and I'm gonna close it. But if this is the day that I chose to invoice all of my clients, then I'm not gonna close it. I'm just gonna go right ahead and I'm gonna hit save and I'm gonna hit new. You see where I have the little pointy finger? I'm gonna hit save and I'm gonna hit new. But in this case, we're gonna save it and we're gonna close it. So save and close. But for some reason, you forgot, oh my goodness, I forgot what I just billed Amy. You can go right back to sales and you can go right back to invoices, or you can go back to new invoice, okay? And I click on this little clock right here, and this just told me the last invoice that I just did. So I need to make a change to Amy's invoice, and I'm gonna open it back up. And instead of me billing her 50 tea bags, I'm only going to bill her 30. I made a mistake. So I'm gonna save it and I'm gonna close it, or I'm gonna email it to Amy and say, hey, please accept my apologies. I sent you the wrong amount, all right? That's if you forget, and then you can still come right back. And here's a whole list of all of the invoices that you sent out. And if you need to view more, you can click that. Awesome. Do you want to leave without saving? You're always going to have some kind of warning here. You want to leave without saving, you can always click no. But in this case, we're going to say yes. I want to leave without saving. And here is a list of all of your overdue invoices and those who, if you haven't received a payment. These are very helpful for you. You can click on any of these. They're very helpful. And you see where in all sales, this is where we just emailed Amy. And if Amy decides that she wants to pay me today, not waiting 10 days, then I can go right here. And I can actually receive this payment. I can click receive payment, and it's going to receive that payment for us. There we go. And we're gonna, you see receive payment right there. And we're gonna save it and we're gonna close it because she paid it. And you will see paid, closed and paid. Now we're gonna do the opposite. We're gonna receive a bill, which is an expense. We're gonna go to new. You could have also received a payment here, but we're going to talk about, that's more intense talking. I just want to show you how to actually invoice and how to bill today, okay? So how to invoice and then how to create an expense. So here's your expense. We're going to create a new expense. I owe Bob's Burger Joint. I had a company party a week ago. When you pay out, make sure that you choose the correct checking account. Some people have one account, some have two, some have 20. So make sure that you choose the right account, whether you paid it out of your checking account, your savings account, your MasterCard, or your Visa card. Whatever bank you use or choose to make the payment with, it's important to choose that, because when you go to Reconcile, you're going to want to make sure that it matches. And also, I hope that you're connecting with the chart of account exactly what I'm doing, okay? This case, we're going to pay Bob's Burger Joint with our checking account. And what we bought from Bob, if the category is already there, you can drop it down. We're just going to say that I paid Bob for advertising. And I say I paid him for shirts. That's for me. That's for my company, and I want to know what I paid Bob for. If I'm asking my boss, if my boss asks, what did we pay Bob for? We paid Bob for shirts, and we paid Bob $5,000 for our shirts. You don't have to choose customer. That's completely up to you. Okay? And then we're going to save it, and we're going to close it, because we created an invoice for Bob. And again, you can go right back into expenses. And this clock is everything. You can go right back. If you don't remember, if you got distracted, okay. I did pay Bob. I did create an expense for Bob. I did do that. So, and then you could just save it. But if you want to save and close, it takes you directly out of the screen. You go right back here, and I want to pay a bill. And here are the bills that's listed right here that you need to pay. Paying $86.44. I'm not going to pay him the whole $205. I'm just paying $150 on that invoice. Then you go down and you just choose the bills that you want to pay. And these are bills that's coming from the MasterCard. So now let's see what's happening in your checking account. I need to pay the bills in the checking account. My computer is slow, guys. I'll check these. And these are the bills. Where's the same one? It's not moving for me. Well, I'm choosing where I'm actually going to pay from. That's where the money is going to come from. And so I'm just going to drop the amount there. And I'm not going to pay this because I don't have any, this isn't real. So for you, it will be real. And you just go in and you pay those bills. And you choose what checking account number, where your checking account number starts. Okay? And when you're done, I'm going to leave without saving. It's running good. So that's your bills, where you're billing a client, you're receiving bills from a client, and you're paying bills. I want to show you something real quick. Back to Amy's sanctuary, not sanctuary, Bird Sanctuary. I'm going to go to the bill, the actual invoice itself. Our internet is running slow for some reason. This drop-down bar here is your service line, what you're charging them. And this is going to be very important when you run if you decide that you want to run a report, and make a decision on whether or not you want to continue to serve tea. Because if you're only making $50 or $125 off a year off of tea, why would you continue to hold it in your inventory? It'll probably go bad on you. So those are the kind of decisions that needs to be made as well. So back to the chart of account. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. And I'm going to choose my advertising account. This year, I paid $5,074.86 in advertising. So when you go to chart of accounts and you choose whatever account that's listed in your system, it's going to show you exactly how much you paid that year. But there's a bigger picture that we're going to get back to. At the end of every single month, you should reconcile your bank statement. In reconciliation, you can go here to New. No, you can't do it there. You have to go here to the gear icon and you reconcile right there. Or you can go here and you can reconcile here. I'm not going to be able to reconcile today because, like I said, of this this system here, this company here is not real. But you click on reconcile, and you have to have your actual bank statement in front of you. I'm gonna see if it'll let me. I don't know if it'll let me because there's no bank that's okay, it will. So let's do it. So in the reconciliation, it's going to ask you for your ending balance and your ending date. These two dates are going to be very important. And I'm going to pretend like I'm reconciling for I have $5,000 in the bank. Now I'm going to say, because I don't want it to balance, I'm going to say $47.25. And my ending date is today. That is not normal because banks start from the beginning of the month to the end of the month. But we're just doing this for pretend. And we're going to start reconciling. We're going to reconcile the checking account. And so it's going to show me every transaction that's in the actual checking account itself. So I have to go through and I have to find out why there's a $275 difference. And I go through and I just check. I check based on what's on my bank statement. I'm checking off that I paid $300. I received $175. I'm checking off everything from A to Z. So this is January. You want to filter your month. You can clear the filter, and I just want to see. March the 1st to March the 24th, and I apply. It is only going to show me those transactions. And I know that's a lot of detail, but I hope that you can see that QuickBooks is very user-friendly, and you do not have to be afraid of it. I know a lot of people are afraid of it, but you don't have to be. You tell it what to do. And if you make a mistake, you can always go back. Going back to what I just taught you, you can always go back to I invoice or I invoice too much. This little clock. I'm turning back the hands of time. Okay, so you can always go back. And anytime you want to get out of something, just take this X and just click it. And there's always little help features right in the system if you want to take tours, if you don't understand. Okay? And I told you that I would show you how you can contact QuickBooks. You just click the question mark It may not, okay, search engine. It may not let me do it on here, but we're gonna see. We wanna talk about chart of account. And we're gonna search for it. But when you hit the contact us, you can click ask the community chat or have them to call you back. And they are really good about giving you a call back. They are a great company to work for, very friendly. So let's go to the bigger picture. Everything that I just showed you, your sales is what you invoice, your services, your other income. This is all of the income. This is everything that you send out. Your expenses, everything that you receive. I paid $2,500 in accounting. I paid $7,500 in advertising, bank charges. Every expense and all income shows up right here on your profit and loss statement. And this is where you find your reports. You go to reports and you click on reports. And there are a lot of reports that you can choose from. But today we're just going to talk about your balance sheet and your profit and loss. And for the most part, it's going to be right up here in your favorites. The system automatically generates them under your favorites, and the system automatically generates the chart of accounts that we were talking about. So you can add them, because most businesses, they have advertising, they have utilities, they have maintenance. So the system automatically generates that, and you can add them as you need to add them. So the first thing we just looked at was the profit and loss statement, which is here. This is the profit and loss statement. You can choose profit and loss for this year, or you can customize it for 3 years so you can see exactly how much you made. Did I go up? Did I lose money? Did I profit money? Right here under report. For January to March, my company for income, $44.24. That's not what I made. At the end of the day, I suffered a loss for those months because my expenses were a lot more than what I brought in, my profit. And I don't want to see to March. I just want to see to the end of January. And you run report. Change the date and you run the report. In January, I made $180.32. Not $942, but $180. The system generates the reports for you. So let's go back. I don't even want to see this year. I want to see last year. So we can choose last fiscal year. And you're probably not going to see anything but last year and run the report. We did do a little something last year. And I made $204 last year. You see it automatically populated the date for me. The next report we want to see those chart of accounts, commission and fees, advertising, insurance, it's everything that I paid. Now we're going to go to, and whenever you want to leave this report, you just go back to the report list. And then we pull up the balance sheet. This tells me my assets and my liabilities, owner's equity. This is the balance sheet. It automatically generates it for you. Going back here, this is the balance sheet. The assets is what I own. The liability is what I owe, whether I'm paying a mortgage, a car loan, a truck loan. It's going to show me my balance right here, what I owe, but it's also going to show me my balance of what I own. How healthy your company is, or your business is going to be generated from these reports. They are going to tell you the truth. They're going to tell you, I need to hire an employee or I need to lay someone off. I need to cut back on the hours. I need to buy a new piece of equipment. This is how you make those decisions. You cannot make them based on my bank statement that come in every month, or how much money I think I have in the bank, or I made $100,000. You didn't make $100,000. You made $100,000 in sales that year, but how much was that in expenses? When you subtract that, that's how much you made that year. That's how much you profited, or that's how much you lost that year. But the reports that you generate is what's going to tell the truth, not what you think. Okay? And this is also a dashboard. This is things that you can see in real time as well. As you can click on these, money in, money out, counting reports, everything is right there. But I suggest you just go here, or you go here to your icon. So much easier to remember until you are more advanced in working in QuickBooks Online. Are there any questions from what I've just told you, what I just talked to you about? All right, no questions?
Hey, Michelle, I got a question for you.
Sure.
How important is being an existing business? If I want to get a loan, how important is keeping my books?
When you go, whether it's a bank or any financial institution, they are going to ask you for your financial statement. And for the most part, for most companies, they're going to ask you for at least 2 years of financial statements, and they're going to ask you for about 3 years of tax returns. It's going to be so easy for you to go straight to your QuickBooks or straight to whatever software application you use, and you click the report, just as I said right here. You just go straight to that report, and it's going to populate for you. Give them exactly what it is that they need. So there's no struggle to say, oh, I got to run and fix this, or I got to run and get this done. You're doing it every single month with your expenses, your income, and your bank statement. You're doing it every single month. So the pressure shouldn't be on if you're on top of your game.
Thank you. Is there any other questions? This is the time to ask.
This is the time to ask, or give me some emojis or some hands up or some claps or something to let me know you understood or you got it or anything of that nature. I wanted to keep it very simple instead of going into something a little bit more complicated. Thank you, Miss Carolyn. All right, so what we're also asking you guys to do, if you would please just take a moment, it's not a lot of questions, to for a survey. Just take this survey for us. Here's the QR code. You can just take your phone up and you can put it up to your screen and just turn your camera on and just take that survey for me, because I want to be of a help. And we as a company, as NewTown, we want to make sure that what we are doing, even when it comes to this QuickBooks training, that we are helping you guys. So just let us know how we're doing, what we can do better. If you need to go into more detail, if you need a 3-day training, whatever you feel like, we need to offer you guys. If it needs to be a full day in person, let us know how we can better serve the community, because that's exactly what we're here for. We're here for that. So just let us know through this survey anything we could have done differently. But again, if there are any more questions, we got like 10 more minutes. If you have any questions, I am happy to answer them. But I want to say that even if you're saying, I haven't started my business yet, here, let's look real quick together. If you go to QuickBooks Online, you can go QuickBooksIntuit.com. I just want to show you the packages that are available real quick, because they change, they do change. And again, I apologize, I'm not sure why our internet is running so slow. So here it is right here. Limited time only 50% off of QuickBooks for 3 months. You can buy now and save. And here are the plans. So that means they have dropped one of them, but they come and go. They're up and down. And yesterday they had the 30-day free option, but they don't have that today. So that come and go as well. 30 days are free. So things change with them. But they are a great company to work with. And I know that sometimes that people say that I cannot, if you can't do the QuickBooks yourself, outsource it to a bookkeeper. And I know some people say that I can't afford it every month, but you just have to find that person that can help you every quarter that's not so expensive as, but you really can't afford not to understand and know at all times the financial health, the condition of your company. But this is a great resource to use. So there are no additional questions, Ricardo. I'm passing it back to you. Thank you so much for joining, everyone.
Okay. Thank you, Macheita. Great job. Yes, you can get a copy of the recording if you just, you put your email up there, Macheita, again. Oh, go back. There you go. Oop. It's Macheita at NewTownMaking.com. There we go. You email Macheita, she can send you the video recording. But we want to thank you for attending our bookkeeping class. Next month, we actually have an in-person class for if you're interested in TikTok. We have that happening, and also we have the Downtown Diversity Initiative coming in June, and we'll be signing up. The sign up will be available for the 1st of April if you decide you want to try to join our Entrepreneur Academy. And in Entrepreneur Academy, we'll actually cover anything from the start of business to when it comes to the financials, how to do it from top to beginning, basically, for your business. But thank you for joining us. Y'all have a wonderful day. We appreciate your time, and have a great weekend. Thank you so much.